The primary weakness of Indian democracy stems from a combination of deeply entrenched socio-economic issues and institutional challenges. The key weaknesses include widespread corruption, the influence of caste and religion in politics, and the criminalization of political prisoners. Corruption is the most important part of it. The prevalence of corruption at the various government levels erodes public trust and hinders effective governance and development. Public funds are often misused, and a lack of transparency, such as in political party funding, allows for malpractices. Another reason, that one is the caste and communism, the influence of caste and communalism. Politics and the voting patterns are heavily influenced by caste and religious divisions, which can lead to social disharmony and the election of candidates based on identity rather than merit or policy. This manipulation by the political parties often fuels the regional tensions and threatens national unity. Another reason, that one is the criminalization of politics. A significant number of politicians have pending criminal cases which compromises the integrity of the democratic system and the government. Socio-economic inequalities is another reason for the fall of Indian democracy. Under the infallible Indian democracy, it is quietly weak in these days. We have to do something to save this democratic system from the clasp of this type of criminals, like the unscrupulous politicians and other things. High levels of poverty and the illiteracy limit the ability of the largest segment of population to participate meaningfully in the democratic process and make informed choices. The economic disparity and the neglect of the rights of the poor and the marginalized also persist still throughout the country and most of our Indian states. Another one, the weakening institutions is another prominent factor behind the fall of our democracy. It observes, the observers have noted that the decline in the independence and the effectiveness of democratic institutions such as the media, the judiciary, and the election commission due to the political interference and a concentration of the power in the executive branch. The very slow and inefficient justice system is another factor behind the fall of our democracy and failure of our democracy. It's totally a debacle in these days. I can't say it is a Waterloo, but we can save it and we can make it like a Trafalgar if we work together to keep the right and virtuous things of our judiciary and also our democratic system. The judicial system is plagued by a very large backlog of pending cases and the slow process, which means that justice is often delayed, impact the common citizens' trust in the rule of law. There's a comment that thousands of the guilties may escape, no innocent should suffer. But unfortunately, because of the prominence of the very fake evidences and the fabricated evidences, most of the guilties are being escaped and the innocent people are being suffered punishment. Another reason behind the fall of our democratic process, that is the gender inequality. Despite the constitutional guarantees of equality, women remain significantly underrepresented in the state assemblies and the parliament, with their participating in the political remaining very low. Another important factor, we can find that the regionalism and the political polarization in our country. Imbalances in the regional development can lead to the feelings of the neglect and to the separatist demands. Additionally, a rise in the toxic popularization, where political elites use hate speech and focus on division, can lead to legislative dialogue and the social unrest. If we try together, we can serve the democracy from these type of values, and also we can promote at a large level. But unfortunately, still we lag far behind to keep the very right and the virtuous form of democracy.